Our adventure continues in the south of France, in Provence, where Matti learned how to become a truffle dog and found the truffles that they sell in this truffle store. Then we went to Ile-sur-Sorge, where Grandma bought bread at the farmer's market and chicken and all kinds of delicious stuff, including fig vinegar, which we thought was delicious. And we had a picnic up in the area called Gourds on top of a little hill. And the picnic was pretty good. Matti attended it. And then we went to a little town of Roussillon in Provence as well. And Roussillon is where they make ochre paint. And you'll see this in a second. There it is, the brown color, which is called ochre. And the pretty town, of course, is Roussillon, which is all ochre. From there, Zeta bought some tomatoes at the farmer's market. And then we went to the very pretty town in Provence of Mouverin, where we also found some more wine. Then we went to a friend's place at Coucaron, which has a little castle. And then we were up on the hill looking, Matti could see the whole town down below. Then we drove a long, long way to Saint-Emilion in Bordeaux, France, up in the north. It's a long, long drive. We stayed at a little bread and breakfast, and then we ate dinner at our favorite restaurant, Le Girondin, there. And Zeta had this giant glass of wine. Isn't that big? And then we decided that Grandma wanted to hike all around the various vineyards, so we hiked around the Premier Cru vineyards. But we found that they sell gas station wine in Bordeaux as well. Amazing. And then we looked around more Premier Cru wines. And we continued our hike around the vineyards of Saint-Emilion, and Matti got to look at all the pretty town of Saint-Emilion from the vineyards, which is very pretty up there on the hill. And we wandered around a couple of really spectacular chateaus. Here's the gate leading up to the chateau, and then you look through the gate and there's a really spectacular chateau over there. Then we went to visit our friends over at the Chateau Altimar, where they let Matti sit inside the vats and sit on top of the barrels, where he had a lot of fun tasting the wine with our friends. Then we started a very special place. This place was called Chateau de la Barre. It is a chateau in the Loire where they had a dog called Diva, who was the guard dog there. And inside it was a very pretty place. His grandma was having some wine there. And then we went out to play with Diva again and wandered around the yard and the grounds. And here's the grounds, beautiful old chateau from 1404. And there's Diva up on top of the moat guarding the thing from the invaders. And Matti got to go, being one of the invaders, got to go inside and he drank some of the local cider, and we drank some wine and had a very good time. And then Matti got to see all the original dishes from way back in the 16th and 17th century, which is too old. And he got to ride a little ivory horse, which was really quite pretty, in the thing belonging to the Countess who owned the chateau. And there's one of the old things up there. We're on the desk there. Matti's riding that horse. He really liked that. And then he got to meet Chateau the parrot. Chateau is actually quite a character. And Chateau wouldn't know what to make of Matti. And there's a picture of one of the original owners of the property. And there's Grandma having dinner again. Obviously having a very good time. Really special place that Grandma really loved. And my BMW really loved it here. It really belonged in front of the French chateau. Of course, Zeta had already scratched up the BMW, which is typical of me. Then we went to Paris, and Addie saw the Eiffel Tower. You can see his ear up on the Eiffel Tower. And he saw the famous Napoleon's tomb, which is a tomb. But then he saw this really neat bridge full of locks. Look at that weird bridge. It's on the river on the Seine River. Look at that. Look at all the locks. People put the locks on, they tie messages to the locks. And Matti got to see a big cathedral as he wandered there, and he looked over the bridge and looked at the beautiful river there. There's the Seine inside Paris. Then Matti got to do something pretty special. He got to stand in the middle of traffic in Paris, in a big street. This is not the Chateau.
Matti. Wow, there's the Arch de Triomphe. We are, of course, in the middle of the road with Matti.
Finally, Matti went to Le Notre to look at candies and cakes, and saw all the beautiful cakes there. He thought maybe he should have a few. So we went back to the hotel and had a glass of very nice wine with some candy and cake, and went to our favorite restaurant, Le Marchand, where we had wine and food. Then we got home, and of course Nosy and Matti were happy to see us, and of course here is Matti saying hi.